What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hurt Business Podcast. As always, I'm one half of the host. My name is Ferris Big Hurt Sharari, and I'm joined today by my guy.
Josh, real bad man.
What's up, brother?
What the fuck was that?
But anyways, what's up, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about Dev Haney, Ryan Garcia that took place last weekend. Unfortunately, Josh and I were both miserably wrong. But I feel like I'm speaking for almost everybody aside from Oscar De La Hoya and maybe Bernard Hopkins. I can't wait to trash those two this podcast, man. But let's talk about the fight itself, Josh. Your boy Dev Haney suffered a tough decision loss last Saturday. We knew there was a possibility that those right hooks would find a home. Ryan does possess some power, regardless of the current version of Ryan that he was presenting to us, the crazy, the drinking, the smoking, the internet, the I seen kids get touched and all this insane shit that he was tweeting leading up to the fight. He played possum, man. He fooled the fuck out of all of us.
I don't think he fooled me. I didn't really think he was having like these mental health issues. I don't know. Did you?
So? I totally did, bro. I thought he was having a Fousey moment. Do you remember what I said last pod?
Yeah.
I thought he was legit losing his shit, and he gave us all the signs that he was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we ever questioned what Ryan Garcia we were going to see in the gym, though, or in the ring, I should say. I don't think we questioned that. You know, we still thought, like we said, we still thought of all the possibilities of that right hook finding a home, which it did quite a bit. And yeah, there's a lot to go into in this fight. There's a lot of things that went down in the fight that I thought, you know, Devin Haney could have done way better. You know, things that Ryan Garcia just did perfectly. You know, that we kind of expected this version of Ryan Garcia to show up in the ring. And yeah, I'm kind of just ready to get into that kind of stuff. So yeah, Devin Haney unfortunately suffered a loss to you can put it back. You can put it back. Devin Haney unfortunately suffered a loss to Ryan Garcia on last Saturday. I was, of course, in Canada, and I was watching the fight somewhat, and then, you know, I just kind of got a little carried away with some stuff, so couldn't watch the rest of the fight. And then, of course, I found out on Twitter that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney, but it was a tough watch, man. It was a tough watch going back and looking at it. 3 right hooks landed, man. 3 drops, one in the 7, I believe, one in the 10th, and one in the 11th.
Yeah, those were the 3 rounds
tough,
that
man.
were clear 10-8s.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough, man. And there were some things I was looking at in the fight. Just a couple of things to consider. I'm sure when we make this clip, Ferris will put it up as well, of this picture of Ryan Garcia. Drastically different from how he looked in the tank fight. Without that rehydration clause, he looked much like the Ryan Garcia that we were known to see prior to that tank fight. Very different man in the ring. I was very surprised to see how much bigger he looks stature wise compared to Devin Haney. And that just comes with him naturally being in that weight class. You know, he doesn't need to drop down as much weight. You know, I think he mentioned that he basically didn't need to do anything at all, which doesn't really say much, right? Because he still was over 3 pounds. So he kind of shot himself in the foot and lost himself on a title there. But yeah, just so much bigger than Devin Haney size-wise.
Yeah.
And I didn't really play that as a fact. I know a lot of people are playing that, saying that, you know, the 3 pounds is a lot. It is a whole different weight class technically, but I don't think it matters too much in boxing for 3 pounds, because once these guys beef up again, you know, it is what it is, right? You know, that's why I mentioned Tank, because Tank didn't allow Garcia to have that. He was saying, hey, you're dropping this weight and you can't go over that weight for this fight, which is insane to me. I still think about it to this day, man. Like, why the fuck would you even accept a fight like that?
Yeah,
But
that
he's a G,
rehydration
you know,
was crazy.
But he's a G, you know. I give Ryan respect for that. But I don't think that 3 pounds plays anything, man. 5 or 6 pounds, yeah, maybe. But 3 pounds, dude, like, we're getting a little too into the semantics of it. But Yeah, that was like the biggest thing I've been hearing about, why Devin lost, essentially. Devin lost because Devin Haney didn't show up on Saturday. Plain and simple. And Ryan Garcia was Ryan Garcia Saturday. Plain and fucking simple. It is as simple as that. Ryan Garcia beat the shit out of Devin Haney. That's that's,
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to. And the reason I say Devin Haney didn't show up, because I still think on any given day he could beat Ryan Garcia. But he unfortunately got his ass whooped on Saturday. So what happened, man? What happened on Saturday? A lot of things. A lot
I
of
thought
things,
you were
right?
asking me. That's crazy.
Well, you can
Go ahead.
butt in whenever, but there's a lot of things that happened, man. I thought that Devin Haney came into the fight, he looked phenomenal. I thought in the moments where Devin Haney was doing Devin Haney things, staying on the back foot, throwing that jab around, circling the ring perfectly, which he does so well. He did it phenomenally against a southpaw fighter in Regis Prograis. We know Ryan Garcia is orthodox, obviously, but Devin Haney has a way of, he knows how to fight these kind of styles, and he did it so well. And I think what went wrong here, man, is he just wasn't focused enough. I feel like he just wasn't in those moments where he knew at any moment he could get hit. He wasn't focused, and I feel like that played a big part, and he got a little emotional. And I think once he kind of hurt Ryan, or kind of knocked him back, that's when he gained a little bit of confidence, and then ultimately took a right hook on the chin. So that was like a big thing for me. I just think he wasn't focused enough, man. The rounds that he won, he definitively won. Ryan Garcia couldn't get to him, and I thought he played that well. A second thing where I thought Devin Haney wasn't Devin Haney on Saturday was the head movement. Devin Haney isn't very known for his head movement. I feel like he's just a little bit better at slipping in and out, not taking shots. But this is something that he mentioned, man. He talked about the head movement, and he talked about sitting on his punches a little bit more for this fight. And I was like, I don't know if that's the play to really sit on your punches against Ryan Garcia, just because you're taking a lot of risks there. And this was something I also mentioned too last week was, is Devin Haney going to put the pace on Ryan Garcia? And he did, man. And I said, we know how this is going to end if he did that. He got hurt, man. He got really hurt. And so I was shocked, man, to see the lack of head movement here, man. Like, those right hooks were they were flush. They hit well, but man, I feel like he could have got out of the way of some of those. And I feel like he was just taking too much risk, and also just, not being focused in there as much. And we've really seen that in the 7th round, which knocked him down. But yeah, just a couple of things here and there. And then, not to take any credit from Ryan Garcia, obviously, right? He fought a great fight. He pushed the pace on Devin Haney. Another thing I mentioned too was, was Devin Haney gonna have enough power, to at least, set Ryan Garcia back, enough power to stop the momentum of Ryan Garcia, and it just wasn't enough. It was not enough power. And we've seen how drastic that was, and how much that played into the fight, because Ryan Garcia didn't care to move forward. He didn't care to get hit by a punch or two to hurt Devin Haney. So I feel like in those moments too, that definitely played a big part of the fight all together as a big part, with Devin Haney not moving as well as he usually does, and also Ryan just not being phased by the power at all. But yeah, you can get some of the floor, man. I feel like I've been going in it for a little bit.
Yeah, I think you said everything, bro. Yeah, you said a lot. Devin, yeah, he definitely, maybe he kind of overlooked Ryan a bit, just with all the antics. Maybe he was like, all right, this guy's definitely not mentally here. I can definitely run over him. I'm the more disciplined guy, all this shit. But then Ryan comes out the first round with the flurry and hits him with some big shots and hurts him in like the first 30 seconds. And like that, ever since like that opening moment, it was just a weird fight. Should have lived Ryan. But yeah, but like, again, like after he hurt him in that first round, from like the 2nd to the 7th, Devin dominated.
Yeah.
Devin was like, he won every single round. He wasn't he wasn't in Ryan's range. There was a lot of times where Ryan was swinging at the air.
Mhm.
And then Ryan got a weird a -1. He got a with no warning, he just got a point taken away at some point of the fight.
Well,
Did you see that?
he was hitting after the bell quite a well, he was hitting after the
Yeah, it was a
ref
little
told him quite
dirty.
a bit.
Yeah, that was a little dirty, but, like, at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it's you can't take a point off rip? I can't get a
Yeah.
warning?
It was a couple times he warned him. It
Okay,
was a couple times he did warn
I
him.
I
But
regress.
then we can say the same for Devin's holding, but Devin's holding was more because he was hurt. He
Yeah,
wasn't holding on purpose because he wanted to stall time, but, yeah, that was a little strange, but it didn't even matter really
you're right.
because he knocked him down 2 more times after that and got himself back in that lead. And then he even won a round without knocking him down. So it was a pretty clear performance there that was regardless of the point,
Yeah,
Ryan was winning
yeah.
that fight.
Yeah, it didn't matter to your point in the grand scheme of things because he beat the shit out of Devin, as you said earlier. But like, I don't know. I felt like once it went to the decision, it was obvious that Ryan won, but like you could make an argument that Devin won more rounds. I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
that guy because it was clear the right man won that fight. Oh man,
yeah.
oh man. You said everything, and really, really good on you for. I know Devin's your guy. What does he do next?
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, bro, he's still the champion. Ryan Garcia, like I said, he shot himself in the foot, man.
Yeah, he
Not
did.
being a professional outside of the ring, man. You got to make the weight. Um, regardless if he won the fight, great performance, but he wasn't a professional outside of the ring, man. So he's not the champion technically. So Devin still calls the shots.
It's
Devin can
crazy.
do. It's so crazy to think about, right? Devin can do whatever he wants. And it kind of reminds me of it reminds me so much of the Lomachenko situation, right? Where he beat Lomachenko the first time, but Loma or not Lomachenko, fucking
Cambozo.
Camboso. We beat Camboso the first time, but Camboso still calls a shot, and he's like, "We're getting that rematch." Like,
Yeah, yeah,
regardless of what you think happened, the first fight, I'm getting that rematch, and then he beat him in even better fashion. But it was it's the same similar situation. Devin is still calling the shots.
yeah,
He can fight whoever he wants after this. He can go to Tank. He can go to I don't even know who else is there to fight, man.
yeah,
It's only Ryan Garcia. Let's be honest. That's the
yeah,
only fight to make right now.
yeah, yeah. This fight would be so fun. Let's do it. This is like a trilogy. These guys are young and in their peak of their powers. But then you have guys like Oscar De La Hoya, who calls himself a
Yeah,
promoter, but he fucking sucks, bro. Like
he,
during the press conference, during the press conference, it was so clear. Like both him and Eddie had the floor for a few minutes. Eddie just gets on there, looks at the crowd, and just splurs out great word, like just hypes the fight so flawlessly. And then
yeah,
here comes Oscar De La Hoya reading cards, like reading words off of a card, and you see him like flipping through. He just sounds like a robot, and it's like there, Eddie Hearn is just levels above when it comes to promoting, like
yeah.
levels, like
It's his
levels.
job.
Yeah, he's so good at it. And then you have Oscar De La Hoya, who just because he was a great fighter back in his day, he's surpassed like needing to learn the skills of being a promoter and just
I agree.
attaching his name with like a star and thinking that's all you need. And
I
it's
agree.
it's it's so horrible for the sport. And then he's on Instagram talking about somebody's going to try to come to my country and take over boxing, go back to where you come from, and Eddie. And it's just so classless, to be honest with you. And Eddie just had a great response, even on Instagram, talking about why, like, it's crazy how you beat me on Saturday. Your fighter beats my guy, yet you're still talking about me.
That's why would you even?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Um,
Yeah,
last,
I thought that was goofy.
so goofy. Last trash I want to throw at Oscar. Last thing. Where was he? Again, like I made a whole thing last time Ryan fought Tank. He disappeared after the fight when his guy lost. He vanished. He was nowhere to be found. He talked about death threats and this and that. But
Yeah,
then Ryan wins on Saturday. He was in every single camera shot. He was right next to Ryan during his post-fight interview, in the press conference, sitting right next, like doing all greasy, dirty shit that Don King would do. And he just sucks as a promoter. Great fighter back in his day, but today I don't rock with Oscar, man.
Yeah, nah, he's an oddball for that. Very strange dude. But I thought it was also funny too how, that's supposed to be his main guy, but then fucking Ryan Garcia is putting out phone calls and FaceTime videos with Floyd Mayweather. So it's like, Oscar, who are you in this
Yeah,
situation? You know what I mean?
that's a good
That's
point. That is
crazy.
funny.
That's
That is funny.
crazy. That's crazy. And that rabbit hole just gets even worse
Yeah.
with Floyd Mayweather trying to reach out to Devin as well. Like, what is his motive in this?
Yeah.
Trying to give Devin advice, trying to give Ryan advice. Like, pick a side. Like, what do you?
He's
Who
just trying
does
to
that?
be like the godfather of boxing these days.
Yeah, and he's in like Tank's corners too. Like, what is like? Just Floyd is just so
Weird.
odd, man. And we don't have to get too much into what Bill was saying about Floyd and his kids, but that was
You see, I
that
was
was
gonna bring it up, but I didn't think you seen
disturbing.
it. It was disturbing. You didn't like it?
That was disturbing, man. Like we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. He's talking about
Actually,
the man's kids at that point, and
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's
It was bad, but at some point it was so funny because Floyd got tired of it. He was like, Dev needed my help last Saturday. And Bill goes, yeah, your kids need help tonight, last night, tomorrow. That shit's crazy. But I agree. Some weird trash talk between those two. And I wonder what it'll turn into. Hopefully Ryan and Devin run it back.
It will. I
They
imagine
got
they
to,
will.
right?
I imagine they will. It's so weird though because Devin was saying Devin. It's why I like Devin a lot and why he's so humble. And at 25 years old as a world champion, the man said, "I hope Ryan gives me that opportunity again."
Mhm.
You're the champion. What do you mean? You get to call the shots.
That's true. But
I thought that was so crazy. Like
can't just be like, Ryan, come here. It don't work like that.
he can though. He is the champ. He has the belt.
Yeah.
If Ryan doesn't, it doesn't seem like Ryan cares about being a world champion anymore. I think after that loss with Tank, he's kind of spiraled down. He's like,
Big
well,
fight.
what's the point? I just want to make fights. I want to, whatever. So if he really wants to be a world champion, then he'll fight Devin Haney again. But he has his eyes set on Tank, man. He's like, yo, I want to fuck you up. No rehydration clause. This time you strip me down to a zombie, you disrespectful motherfucker. And he was like, I'm running that back with you, whether you like it or not. And we're doing this. And, it is what it is. We're going to do a catch weight, whatever. And that was interesting. So it doesn't seem like.
I would love that. And especially if Tank moves up to 140 and it becomes a fight. He won't. You're right. And if it's, he won't. He won't do that. He's naturally a smaller guy.
He's tiny. If he moves up to 140, he'll get killed by any of these guys. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's so much weight for him. But I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting, right? How he's like essentially avoiding Ryan at this point. Like he's focused on his fight with Frank Martin, obviously, but very, very interesting stuff. How he's not even paying these guys any mind, which I don't know, man. A little scared, maybe. I don't know.
I won't be surprised if Tank tries to like cherry pick Devin. Nah. If he tries to like skip Ryan and just fight with Devin, which is not a cherry pick because like that's obviously still a tough fight. You're fighting for a belt instead of Ryan doesn't have a belt.
Yeah, there's a lot of incentive. I feel like with Tank there needs to be incentive, and he gains nothing fighting Ryan Garcia at a catchweight. He gains a lot more fighting Devin Haney for a title.
Yeah, but Tank, like, he's made it a thing where it doesn't even matter about belts. Like, he's just trying to like, I'll move here, I'll go fight this guy, I'll fight this guy, I'll go here. It don't even really matter about the belts. But yeah, a lot of options on the table for both guys. Congrats to Ryan. I'm a little disappointed in him. You phrased it as him shooting himself in the foot. I'm just gonna say, just plain out disappointed. You missed weight by a few pounds. Now you're not the world champion. This could have been so much bigger for you. You could have been, the next fight could have been massive, and you could have really been calling the shots.
Could have been, it could have been a lot of other interesting fights out there for him. Tiafimo for one.
I would
Could
have
have been
loved
an
that.
insane one, Yeah, he's being weird, bro. He's calling out like fucking Errol Spence.
Yeah. Because
What are you doing, man?
it feels like him not making 40 was no mistake. Like he made it seem like he can't make 40,
But
and that might be because he was drinking every single night during
you
his
think he's making
fight camp.
160?
Who, Ryan?
You think he's going up 10 more pounds?
Nah. Or
No,
like
sir.
47,
Nah, man, nah.
47,
Absolutely not.
54.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely not.
He's
He's
yeah. I
right
don't
where
know.
he belongs, man.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
mean,
if
it's it for him.
you're Spencer or Crawford ready yet, Ryan. You're still maturing physically. You're not that big yet, pal.
Yeah, he's only 25. Like, he's still
Yeah.
got a lot more. His brain just finished developing.
And at the
It's
same time, it feels like his brain is deteriorating at the same time.
it does, doesn't it?
You set me up for that one. I had to just fuck it. Boom. All right.
Yeah, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff from Ryan.
Yeah.
Devin's still the champ.
Amen.
Hopefully they run it back, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about those Celtics from last night, man. So we've had Jason Tatum with 4 points in the fourth quarter.
Stop it, man. Those Celtics broke my heart last night. So much so I didn't go to work today. I was like, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Heart broke. But back to the topic of fighting. I sent it to you on your Twitter DM, so I know you saw it. This Riyadh season card headlined by Crawford moving up to 54 and challenging for a world title. Did you see this fucking card?
I haven't taken a look at it, but I did.
Goodness, man. What a card. Riyadh in
the one with Isaac Cruz. Yeah. Okay.
That's a banger. Like every single fight on that card has some juice to it. I can excite anybody on this card. And it's so exciting because Turkey, His Excellency, and those guys over there in Saudi Arabia, they've redeemed boxing. They've completely revived the sport. They've brought the two sides of the street that we've been saying for so many years, put them in the same room, was like, we got to make these fights happen. There's no reason we're not. We're getting Crawford moving up to possibly become a 4-weight world champion. You got a world title. Crazy. You have a world title fight in the co-main. Isaac Cruz fighting Jose Venezuela, who beat the shit out of Chris Colbert, who I was wicked high on twice. And a little more exciting, he's moving up in weight to challenge for a world title. So it could become a 2-weight world champ. A lot of stipulations for Isaac Cruz, who's trying to get a big name in his next fight. This could solidify him on a big card. And then fucking Tim Tszyu, Virgil Ortiz. Are we kidding?
That is crazy.
That's a banger.
Dude just fought like 2 months ago too. That's insane.
Tim Tszyu.
Virgil. And
Virgil
Tim.
too. Tim just got like stabbed in his head like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was crazy.
By Fedora. So like it's crazy he's making a return. I think the card is in June, first week of June or August or something like that. Not June, sorry, August.
August 2nd, yeah. Or August 3rd.
Yeah, June's next month. It's in August.
Uh-huh.
So Tim Tszyu making a return just in a few months. It's gonna be a banger. Virgil Ortiz, one of the young rising guys. I hate it because he's on Oscar's promotion. I cannot wait to get away from those guys. But then you have my guy Andy Cruz coming back. The beloved Andy Cruz. I seen that. You know you love Andy.
He died.
Yeah, but like stylistically, couldn't have been matched with a better fight. Jerome Miller, and I know they're boys, so there won't be no shit talk. Miller, like every time he hops on a mic, he says some entertaining shit, but I guess we won't see much of that. David Morrell, I mean, that dude, he's going up to light heavy. He was like, all right, I'm not getting no big fights at 68. Benavidez is running. Canelo don't want it. Fuck y'all. I'll find you guys at 75. There's a lot of big fights there. I'm moving up.
Yeah, good for him. That was
crazy, bro.
Tough move to leave that weight class. Two big fights he could have had, but I get it. It's like these guys are just like getting avoided.
Yeah. I think Benavidez is doing the same thing. He announced recently he's moving up. So all these guys, they'll find each other. Canelo probably not. Canelo's like, I'll be over here undisputed, king of the world. But yeah, Andy Cruz also Olympian. He beat Keyshawn Davis in the Olympics. He's making, I think, his 4th or 5th pro bout. And Eddie Hearn has said multiple times that this guy's gonna fight for a world title wicked early in his career. Fight 4 now. We'll see how soon this happens.
Yeah.
But
That's a banger.
Banger, bro. Banger. I'm pumped for shout out Turkey. I keep hesitating because I'm trying to read this last name, but I don't want to fuck it up. So His Excellency in Turkey and Saudi Arabia, thank you for saving boxing. But to the superior combat sport, UFC has an interesting card this weekend. Just a little bit of stipulations on the main event, possibly a flyweight contender emerging in the main event. Interesting names along the card. What do you think about this weekend's fight night?
Oh man,
knock them out like fight night.
Oh man, this is that. Oh yeah. I mean, it's good, man. It's good. We got some flyweights banging it out. A lot of Brazilians, Brazilian flyweights banging it out. We got Misha Tate coming back from China, fighting Gabriel Benitez. Nah, it's not the best card, right? Like we haven't had UFC in a couple weeks, so I'll be watching. I do like Alex Perez though. He's basically fought in every single flyweight at this point. Every single flyweight that's been a champion, he's fought. He has so much veteranship. Matus, who's also rising up to the occasion, man. Number 5 out of Brazil, man. Tough fighter, man. Very, very accurate fighter. I like him. But these Brazilians, man, they're just bangers. They're just bangers, man. This guy never gets taken down, which is a good strong suit for Alex Perez. Like, it's gonna be a very, very tough night for my boy Alex here. And it's crazy because he just got off Nicolau's last fight was like almost a year ago.
Yeah, did he
way over a year ago? Yeah, he got knocked out by Brandon Royval. Yeah, you're right.
Remember that knee?
That was he needed some time off after that. That was brutal.
He took the should do after a big KO like that.
Yeah, he took a nice year off, which he needed to do. So I think he'll be back fresh, ready to fight Alex Perez. Yeah, I mean, he's great, man. He's got jiu-jitsu. He's got the striking. Very tough. Chin for the most part. Can't say much people who can eat a knee though, right? So yeah. I'd say he's pretty tough in my book, but yeah, just a very, very, very good striker and very dangerous on the ground, man. As you expect, he's Brazilian. I expect him to win this, man. Alex, even with the veteranship, this guy's tough, man. I mean, he knocked out Schnell. Like he's been in there with Royval for a little bit. You know, he's fought Tim Elliott. Manel Cape, like he's beaten a lot of good guys, right? So
Manel Cape,
yeah, Manel Cape.
There we go.
Sorry.
Just got added to UFC. EA.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I just seen the tweet today. I'm about to play with him probably tonight.
You're gonna play with him.
Speaking of UFC, the game, you know who's been beating the shit out of me on the game, and I can't believe I'm about to talk about him on the pod.
Who?
Devin Welch.
I can't even.
Devin Welch has been beating my ass in UFC. And the first night we played, I waxed him. I knocked him out 3 straight fights. The next night, it starts off as me winning, and then he just smokes me. And then the third time we play, I don't win a single fight, Josh. Crazy.
How recent was this?
Last week.
Good God.
Very recent. It is UFC 5 on the P5. Like it's bad, man. It's
bad. It's bad. You know, he's not on the game too.
He's not. But he's like such a nerd where he like figured out what I was doing and somehow found out the counter. Yeah, he's a loser like that.
He's smart.
Yeah,
he's smart.
He sucks at the
strategizing.
See me, Dev. Punk.
Neither you are seeing me in Undisputed, so you guys can have that. You guys can have that UFC shit. See me in some boxing. I
still got to download that shit. I don't got it yet.
I'll wax you in it. It's all good.
But you're taking Matus this weekend.
Absolutely taking Matus.
Fair.
I like
Fair.
Perez, but I don't like him in this matchup.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Tough
mean,
fight for him.
yeah. Perez is the grappler, right? He's the wrestler in this equation. But like, if it gets
He's
to the
not gonna take
ground,
him down,
like,
man.
you don't want to discover
I'm
those fires down there with Matus.
I'm genuinely concerned. Hold on, let me.
What happened? What are you about to search?
Matus is like impossible to take down. I'm curious what his defense is. It's usually on the website.
Yeah, the UFC website.
All right, Matus Nicolau. 93. 93 takedown. I'm telling you, bro, this guy's the truth, bro. 93 takedown defense. He doesn't get taken down, bro. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, Perez. You're not gonna do it. I'm not willing. You can't bet on a Brazilian anymore, man. You can't. Unless it's Oliveira, you can bet against them.
Oh, I see the point.
We can officially start betting against Brazilians unless they're not. Don't bet on Oliveira anymore.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to say. I'm like,
don't bet on Oliveira anymore. We bet on every other Brazilian.
yeah. Fair. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm also gonna go Matus just stylistically. I believe he's the better striker. He has more like weapons when it comes to striking. He can pull out like a spinning back kick versus Alex is just a lot more technical and traditional in his striking approach. Just a 1-2-1-2 straight down the middle. I recently rewatched the Alex Perez versus the champ Pantoja fight. Did you remember that one?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, Pantoja's just such a bad dude, man.
He's tough, man.
He's a motherfucker, bro. The way he took Perez's,
for a reason.
Yeah, real talk. The way he took Alex's back and like finished the submission is crazy. He came out of that in like that. He started that fight like a madman, just pushed forward for 30 seconds and then stole the back like a G.
Mm-hmm. Tough fight.
But yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go Matus as well. Tough string of fights for Perez. You fight Makayev like a month ago, and then you follow it with Matus. It's a tough back-to-back, but it is a main event, big opportunity. I understand.
Yeah, his fights, like the fights, he has not been on an easy fight for like the past 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
he's straight fighting killers, bro. He's getting the what's her face? He's getting that god damn, I'm gonna fuck, what's her name? You're gonna love this comparison too. She's getting that oh my god, there it is. I'm not gonna remember.
Rose.
I'm not gonna remember.
Oh,
he's getting the Tisha Torres.
I wasn't gonna go Tisha.
he's getting the Tisha Torres treatment, man.
I thought you were gonna go
killers.
Jessica Andrade.
Nah. She got some killers. She's got some killers too.
She got mad killers on her resume.
But Tisha Torres for like 2 years has faced like 4 champions. That's crazy.
But still never fought for a belt.
And still never fought for a fucking belt. But
crazy. Yeah. All right. Pair of Matus picks. Anything else on this card that you're like, fuck, I can't wait to watch this bang?
Absolutely not. I mean, Ryan Spann is usually a fun fight just because he's very unpredictable. You know, he might knock you out. He might get a submission. I like him in that matchup too. So I'll be tuning into that. But yeah, nothing really much on this fight night, man, except my guy Miesha Tate opening up the card. But yo, 2 fights, man. 2 fights that got announced, man.
Tell me.
You know the first one, man. Hill and Roundtree.
Yeah, that one was crazy.
My dog Hill, man. He's getting. Yeah. I can't believe it, man. He's won. If he beats Jamal Hill, bro, he's got to fight for the title. He has to.
That'd be crazy. If he beats the guy who's a former world champion, just competed for the belt, Khalil Roundtree could find himself in a world title fight, bro.
I'm saying, man, that is. I didn't even think about how close he was until seeing that fight get announced. Like, I knew he was fighting some good names, but this is like the biggest name on his career, like on his roster by far, and a guy who just fought for the championship title. Like, that's so insane. To like, oh my god, never been a more happier Khalil Roundtree fan up until now, man.
Amen.
I am fully locked in. I'm ready to see Khalil Roundtree with a belt. Man, he deserves everything, man. That guy has worked so hard, bro. So that was a big one to see. There was also another announcement of Justin Gaethje, man. He said he's taking some serious time off from the sport, which I think is very much needed. He's had a tough run. I say like the last 4 or 5 fight string. He's like been getting hit, man. He's been taking bad shots. He's got knocked out twice. You know, he's definitely going to need some time off, especially after that last one, man. That was, I think he finally was like, all right, man, this is getting a little too much now, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Flatline is crazy. You gotta pack it up after that. Take some time off, go to Cabo. Get on a cruise in Miami, you know.
Yeah, go see the sun. You know what I'm saying? Go drink some coconuts. I agree.
Get out to Banff.
I'm glad he's taking time off. But when you call yourself the human highlight reel, like you're bound to be on somebody else's highlight reel.
I agree.
So props to Gaethje taking time off, being a BMF. Title aspirations are starting to thin out for Gaethje. I hope he doesn't take too much time off, but definitely like recover the brain. Don't take no shots for the next year.
Yeah.
Pull a Matus, man. Come back, headline a card, fight night next year, make a big splash.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he's definitely gonna. I don't know, man. How much time off does a man need after a knockout like that? There's no talent, right?
There's no talent. Yeah,
that's very, very defeating, though, to lose to a guy moving up in weight, and getting knocked out. Like,
and a guy that gets
fight of the year, man. I don't care what anybody says.
A guy like Max who gets knocked for not having like the biggest power, pillow hands. Remember that? That was a whole narrative for
crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
But yeah, bro, what a time to come back.
First, Wi-Fi's kicking out, so we'll probably kick this one out too. If you made it this far of the podcast, we really appreciate you listening. Follow us on all the socials at the HBP pod _ on Instagram. Not even sure if the TikTok's still alive.
We still out there. We still on talk.
We've been banned so many times on there. Why would people watch? Why would people watch it? Well, TikTok's getting banned anyway, so I guess don't follow us on TikTok anymore. And check out the YouTube. Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming this far, and yeah, get the t-shirts. They're still up. Link in bio. It was like a combo. You gonna use that one against me? Yeah, I'm
telling you, bro. I'm
flatlining you, and I'm like fucking 70 pounds below your weight.
Yeah, but you're definitely not flatlining me, gang. You might put a pace on me, but you're not slumping me. Come on, gang.
You gonna do this goofy shit while we're closing?
Yeah, my fault.
You're gonna lie to the people. But anyway, we appreciate you guys coming this far. Tune in next time. We'll come in next week with some of these fights and our reactions, and hopefully some other fights get lined up, and then we'll talk about those too. So appreciate you guys. See you.